Well, howdy, folks. We have got quite the video for you guys planned today. We're going to do a Gar Catch and Cook video. There's plenty enough. There's a few cleaning videos of Gar, and there's a couple reasons why we're not going to do a cleaning video of the Gar. One of which is that logistically speaking, the way that things worked out, I caught the Gar and then I had to go out and continue doing work on the new land. So my wife had cleaned all of the Gar, and so I didn't get any chance to get video of that. So we're out here on the micro homestead. I spent the majority of today on the macro homestead, on the big homestead. So I'm just chilling with the bunny. This is a cool guy. He's a gorgeous bunny. So we're chilling over here. Rabbits are going to town on their food. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go over a few recipes, because what I've noticed on YouTube, on the internet in general, is that there's like one recipe, and it's a good recipe. It's delicious. It's absolutely amazing. And we're gonna start with that one, and that is Gar balls. They're fish. They don't have, actual balls, but balls that you make. You make some balls out of Gar. You blend it up and you fry it up, and it's absolutely delicious. It's a good recipe. However, there's so many other ways to cook Gar. Gar is just a delicious fish. It gets a bad reputation for being a trash fish. It really shouldn't be considered trash fish. It's probably one of the better tasting fish. We caught a bunch of Gar. We're going to cook them a couple different ways. Tonight we're going to do Gar balls tonight. So I'm gonna do a couple different So I'm going to So we're going to do a couple different ways of cooking the Gar. We're gonna start with tonight. We're gonna do Gar balls, and then the next night we're gonna do something else. Hey guy, you're probably hungry. Let's let you go get some more food. You getting to town? Stop it. What are you King Bunny? You're King Bunny. Get out of there. Don't be ridiculous. So we're gonna cook Gar a couple different ways. A couple ways that don't typically get seen on here. A little smudge there. A couple ways that don't get seen all that frequently on the internet. I wish it did. Oh no! Oh no! Rigor attack. So we're gonna do our very best to give you guys a very good direction to head whenever it comes to cooking this delicious fish. And it's very underrated, and we're going to start with that. I tell you what we're going to do first is, before we get to the cooking, I want you guys to see the catching. So real quick, why don't you guys take a quick look at the catch portion. Gotcha. Yep. Round is like an act of Congress. Actually, that's not fair to the Gar to compare them to Congress. Here he goes. I got him to turn around. He hit it. Now let's see if I can get him out of here without getting caught again. Oh, he's big. He's big. I thought I was snagged. And so I gave him a little tug, but then I felt his weight move. He's decent. Try and convince him though to come this way, just gently. Come on, guy. Let's go this way. There we go. Yeah, that's right. There you go. Come on over this way. Oh. Oh, goodness. Decent size, all right. Calm down. Calm down. Keep them pinned. Dear golly goodness, I'm all tangled up. Off on him. 3, 4, 5. All right. Oh, stop it. Gotcha. In the book. First method of cooking, gar balls. Oh, we're doing coleslaw first, but gar balls. So this isn't exactly cooking gar, but coleslaw is a wonderful side to go along with it. So
Super easy, right?
you're gonna have to speak up.
It's a half a head of red cabbage and regular cabbage, and then
Use your outside voice.
I don't have an outside voice. It's mayonnaise with apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, celery seed, or salt, one or the other, and then sugar and salt and pepper. And we were out of mayonnaise, so I made some real quick with a cup of oil and an egg, and it's a great immersion blender. So. And
the eggs in which we used came from our
eggs.
Chickens. Oh, those are duck eggs.
I used all duck eggs.
That's a duck egg. That's a dirty duck egg. You can clean them and stuff, but we got farm fresh butt nuggets out here.
With mayonnaise.
The sauce for which to put into the slaw of the coal. Hey, what's this?
That's my cheddar chive sourdough bread that I made. All right, mix this up a little bit.
So you mix that all up, and that's coleslaw.
Move out the kitchen.
Okay, coleslaw is done. On to the fish. The
This
glorious
is
gar.
4 gar. Smaller ones. I left the bigger pieces so you can grab them.
The 4 smaller ones.
Yeah.
Look at the meat on this. It's white.
Gorgeous. I soaked it with paprika, garlic, and milk for an hour.
So that is one thing you can do. You can treat it like most fish. You can soak it in milk. And then
Really
the paprika thing is something that she did because I accidentally did it one time and it panned out really great. We have our fish. These are the fillets, also known as the back straps, because on the gar, that's really what you're taking out of them is the back straps. And then we've got them chopped up, chunked up here.
I'm gonna throw it in mine.
We're about to throw it into a food processor. So you blend it a couple times and then you kind of look for this consistency. What I best describe it is, it's kind of like canned tuna almost.
Yeah, that's nice.
But a little bit mushy. The thing is that the gar itself is a little bit like different consistency than tuna. So, something along those lines. And then we're going into the KitchenAid. What?
Because you're gonna kind of do like a meatloaf and mix it.
If you don't have a KitchenAid, you can do it by hand. But it's just kind of a bit of a pain. It smells good. It's not even cooked.
Garlic and paprika, I'm telling you.
I can smell it. It smells good. It's not even cooked. Look at this ridiculous chicken decor. I have a chicken over there.
Chicken stuff in my vintage stuff.
I have too much chicken stuff in my house. Oh, goodness gracious, there's chickens. Chicken. 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 Chicken.
Behind the
Chicken. Chicken. Too many chickens. Sit. Shake. Good boy. Get on out of my kitchen.
I don't measure
Okay,
anything.
so what are you doing?
So I'm gonna add in This is like a cup and a half of onions.
Cup and a half of onions. How many onions did you cut up for that?
Well, because I buy big ones, it's a half an onion.
So half of a large onion.
Yeah, very large.
How about that?
So, we just
Gar, onion, and what are we throwing in there?
cornmeal. Equal parts cornmeal and flour.
Equal parts.
What is that? Cup and a half? Cup? Half?
That many. That
That's
many
how I
cornmeal. That many cornmeal. Bloop. That many flour. That was like 2 cups.
You think so?
Yeah, it's about 2 cups. It's going to vary, obviously, by how much gar you're doing.
I might have to add more because that's about what I did last time. And I might
But equal parts cornmeal flour is key because it's going to vary based off of how much gar you're doing. We've got about 4 gar, but they're smaller gar. I'm guessing, my guess is probably about 2 pounds of gar. Apparently we're doing a wife-size handful of pepper.
It's like a tablespoon.
Tablespoon. Again, my wife's not a measuring type of person. Neither am I.
I'm about to say the salt because we like it a lot.
I don't even do that. I just sprinkle it straight in, smell it, and call it good. Garlic salt. Garlic salt goes in everything, by the way, folks.
I don't know. I'm just going to do about the same.
Mm-hmm.
Probably add more later. And I do lots and lots of paprika. We go through like one of these every time we cook fish.
Paprika is, for some reason, the like fish seasoning, like of all fish seasonings. Oh, we get eggs.
And we got 2 eggs. We might need more.
2 eggs.
Ducky egg.
That's a duck egg. You don't have to use a duck egg, folks.
That's just what we got.
But
Actually, we're doing one of each.
we have a duck egg and a chicken egg.
Look at the difference in size.
So we've got 3 animals involved in the cooking of this film, or filming of this cook.
Look at that yolk. It's so amazing. It's
Yeah.
tasty too.
That's the duck egg.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
chicken eggs are here.
Then you mix it all up. Don't have to use a stand mixer, but highly recommend it.
It's still a little dry, so I put a little too much flour crawl. That's okay. Now you're gonna add one more egg. Did you see that? It's ready.
Apparently that's how you know your grease is ready. You sprinkle something in it. What did you
Just a
sprinkle?
little flour.
Is that cocaine?
It's flour. You can
Oh,
use
flour.
water or anything.
Apparently we don't keep a bucket of cocaine in the house.
Clearly it says flour. Actually, we have bigger 2
Oh.
buckets of flour over there.
All this time I thought we had a bucket of cocaine.
We're gonna do equal parts of cornmeal and flour again.
Equal parts
Not
cornmeal
quite
and
as
flour
much.
again.
Yes, not quite
Okay.
as much. Because you just need to coat the outside.
Again, this all depends on how much gar you're using. So just equal parts. So if you do half a cup, do half a cup. I feel like I don't have to explain this to y'all, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
And I put all the same seasonings into this.
This is where we differ because I like to put my seasonings in the in the meat and in the fish and not in the breading. But many people there's different schools of thoughts. People like to do that way. I like to do it because I can more accurately gauge in the meat. Now in this particular case with gar balls, it's not a bad deal to do the seasoning in the breading.
Alright, so
I'm so excited for dinner.
I do like this.
So-
I do big ones. And I just mush them. Not really balls, they're more like discs because I make them flat-ish so they cook faster.
Yeah. Gar disc.
Almost like a hush puppy with gar in it.
You do that. You form the meat,
And then you just coat it.
then you just coat it, which is already sort of kind of built-in coating.
Just gives it a little more.
That's just kind of crust on the edge is all it is. So we're gonna coat those, get them prepped, and then the next step, just gonna go in the fryer. Why do you look guilty? What did you do? I feel like you did something.
You probably did.
You did something and we don't know about it.
Or I'm cooking just as bad.
What did you do? All right. So now they go in the fryer.
Yeah. You don't want to overcrowd it either.
Also, safety first. Don't put them in the fryer with your bare hands.
Why not? I've been doing this for at least 15 years.
She's a risk taker. Don't listen to her. I mean, I do the same, but you know, if you're watching this video, you probably have already watched the video where I played with a snake in a tree, so that I didn't know if it was venomous or not. So you can use a fryer, like a deep fryer, or you can be a straight up pioneer baller like us and use a cast iron. Almost done, getting there. Well, almost to the point of flipping. About 2 minutes. So, how do you tell that they need to be flipped?
Look at the coloring. See the color?
So we see the color.
This part has not been cooked.
Yeah.
That side has.
So, the slight difference is it's a little bit more brown. These are more yellow.
About 2 minutes.
You do it.
What?
Oh! This is kind of a key piece of ingredient here. For anything frying, not just gar, it's probably a good idea to have one of these racks.
So I put it, I can, like, even when I do my chicken, I can fry the chicken, put it on here, and then I can put the whole thing in the oven, and then it doesn't soggy.
It's a wonderful piece of equipment.
It's just a cookie cooling rack.
Yep.
Can you get them for like $1?
Cookie cooling rack. What'd you say?
Go balls. Go balls. Go balls.
Why are you? What are you doing?
Delicious chow chow that his cousin Bobby made.
What is this? What is this chow chow nonsense? Hey,
a sweet
what is
relish.
this love? What are you doing? It's constant in this kitchen. You can't get away from any kids and dogs. Do you want a kiss or something? Is that what you want, little baby girl? What is this chow chow?
Chow chow is a sweet relish.
Sweet relish.
Bobby and Megan here, your cousin and his wife.
Yeah. Y'all know Bobby. He was with me whenever we fished that creek, Arkansas, Ozarks.
Put some mayonnaise in here.
Okay, what's this chow chow? Explain to me.
It's a sweet relish. It's like a pickly
sweet relish.
And it's really sweet. It has like, I don't know, I didn't make it, but it's like pickles and bell peppers and all the good stuff. And it's like a...
What are you doing? Is that a chihuahua on your shirt?
Yeah.
Stop the chaos. Okay, sweet relish.
It almost tastes like a bread and butter pickle, but it has other seasonings. I've never made it.
It's basically a bread and butter pickle relish. Is the best I can describe it. If you don't know, tartar sauce is relish and mayonnaise. This is a sweet relish and mayonnaise. So, and it makes
we do this and then lemon. And paprika.
Ooh. Just had a lemon on hand. Where she keeps the lemons? Oh, look at that. Just has a lemon just randomly laying there, ready to go.
I need the paprika.
Paprika. I don't know where paprika's at. It's the cupboard.
Just throw it in there.
Oh, it's thrown in there. She knows where it's at.
Chow chow, lemon, mayonnaise, and paprika.
Mm-hmm. So these are all done. Sauce is all done. Again, you could just do a tartar sauce. It'll work just fine. Pickle relish, mayonnaise. Good side to do. Coleslaw. All right. What's your taste test? Children!
What?
Gar. What do you think?
I love that.
Go for it! It would be gentle with it, couldn't it? What do you think? What about you? What about you? He swallowed it in like one bite.
I give it a solid 10.
What about you? What do you think? What do you think?
Like chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
What? This is very
right.
Not at all my first time trying gar. Could turn a smaller bite, but good gracious. Absolutely delicious. And you pair it like coleslaw. And it makes for even better video. Because the fuller your mouth is, better videos. Easily one of my favorite fish to eat. One of my favorite fish to catch. Zero reason why you shouldn't be out there gar fishing right now. Especially because, honestly, most rivers, most creeks, most waterways, they're overpopulated with gar. We're going to explore some more possibilities because gar balls is absolutely delicious, but it is the most prolific thing on the internet, and I know that I've had them in many different ways. There are other ways to have them, so you will see some more recipes here very shortly. Alright folks, so it has been a few days, and we are going to move on to the next recipe, probably the final recipe for now. We're going to do some more recipes on gar, but a little bit different, and by different I mean it's literally anything other than the one recipe that's all over the internet, and that's gar balls, which, as we've already discussed, is delicious, it's good, it's great, and I don't think there should be no reason why you shouldn't try this. Should probably honestly be the first one you try. The wife is gone right now. She has she's taking the kids to go stay with grandparents. We're gonna go out to a friend's house and we're going to do a game night. I am tasked with making some taco meat. So what I have is we're gonna do some gar tacos. My wife said these are the seasonings that I'm allowed to use. I've got this, that, and the other. Not even 100% certain what that is. She mentioned it, but you know, I'm a husband, so I don't listen. And then we've got cumin and salt and black pepper and apparently tortoise diet. We were supposed to put tortoise food? Feel like that wasn't supposed to be there. I don't know. This is the concoction I came up with. Now, this concoction, very simple. It is garlic salt, boom. Paprika, boom. We already mentioned paprika is really good fish seasoning. And then just a hint of nutmeg. And you may be saying, drop my meat thermometer. You may be saying, what is nutmeg doing in this particular? Nutmeg is nice. I like it as a seasoning because it's not quite a sweet seasoning, but it gives a hint of sweetness, and if you don't use it in excess, it is a very good way of balancing out some seasoning. So that's the dry seasoning. But we've got the gar right here sitting in milk and paprika and probably salt, more likely than not. I didn't soak this, but generally speaking, fish, you soak them in either salt water or milk and some seasoning of some kind. Works wonders. This is Shelly. You guys have seen him on a previous video. He was rescued by my son from a weed eater, and he's now just chilling here. Okay, so what do we got going on here? We've got our gar. Our gar are going to go into a cast iron skillet. That's what I'm going to place them in. I'm going to place it in here because that's what I'm going to cook it in. And then I'm going to season it from there. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not going to cook them in this. This is not going to happen. I have more gar than I thought I did. So this cast iron is going to serve as a staging ground for what I'm cooking this gar in. And then I've also realized that operating a camera and having my hands all dirty is going to be a difficult thing. So what do? GoPro, stop recording. Let's say, so we've coated both sides with the seasoning that I have described before. We've got them set here on this cookie sheet that I have coated with butter, and then I have 3 tablespoons of butter total, to include the butter that I used to coat it with, and there are still a couple of pads here left that will melt and provide some moisture for what we're doing. So let's go outside and let's look at what we're cooking on. I got a chicken. There's a chicken hiding somewhere. I can see her shadow. There she is! What are you doing, chicken? Are you Jessie? You are a silly chicken. I think that's Jessie. That's the chicken I rescued off the side of the road. So here we have our pit boss. So I'm gonna set the temp back on down to 225. So I've preheated this thing. This is a wood pellet grill. Thing about wood pellet grills that I love is that you get all the benefits of smoking with all the convenience of like propane, that precise temperature, things of that nature. This thing's used, abused, beat up, and it is a wonderful grill. I've used this thing a whole lot. You don't have to do it on this grill. You can do it on a charcoal grill. Use some wood chunks to smoke with, but the intent of this is to smoke it. So we're looking for that smoky flavor, but we also don't want to put it straight onto the grill grates. It's going to stick to it. That is invariably going to happen, for sure, with Gar. So to avoid that, what you can do is you can either use a cookie sheet, you can use a sheet of foil, something along those lines. But the reason I'm not just throwing it into the oven to bake it is because I want that smoky flavor. So we're going to use this cookie sheet. We're going to put it on there, and then we're going to have that butter as well. That butter is key. You can cook with oil if you want, but butter adds a wonderful flavor. Oh, and one more thing to point out. The wood pellets that I'm smoking the fish with, so you can't tell from this video. It's really hard to tell. Can you tell that's apple wood? No, you can't. These wood pellets, just for those of you who were wondering, this is what wood pellets look like. The particular wood pellets that I'm using are apple wood pellets. Apple wood is really good with fish, chicken, lamb, lots of white meats is really good with. But it's really an all-purpose wood to use. So if you are using a barbecue grill and you're thinking about putting wood chunks in there to create that smoky effect, best thing that I would recommend would be to use apple wood or a fruit wood of some kind. Cherry wood's a good one. Use pecan wood, it's not a bad one either. We're gonna set these here, we're gonna let them cook. We're looking for, thing is with Gar, we're looking for an internal temp of 120 to 180. Isn't that a weird range? That is a big old giant range. Me personally, I'm gonna go with somewhere around 130-ish. You know, I'm gonna see if it looks done at 130-ish. That's what I'm gonna look for. Now, one piece of caution with Gar, one big piece of caution with Gar. Absolutely 100% do not ever even attempt to or think of even consuming the eggs, also known as roe, or anything that is anywhere near the eggs, because for whatever reason, Gar, the eggs are toxic to mammalian critters. We are mammalian critters, we're mammals. Do not eat the eggs, do not eat anything the eggs have come in contact with. Be very cautious of that. Typically speaking though, with Gar, the majority of your meat that you're grabbing off of them is along the back straps, nowhere near the eggs, so you don't have to worry about that. However, some people may think to themselves in a survival situation or in a situation where they're thinking, I'm gonna eat the whole thing, I'm gonna do my best to harvest the entire animal. I'm gonna eat the eggs because that's part of the animal and we can eat salmon eggs and tuna eggs and whatever have you. Don't do it. Don't eat the eggs of a Gar. Absolutely do not. They're toxic. You probably won't die, but you will not have a fun time. We're gonna let this smoke Once it's done smoking, then it will be ready to throw into some tacos. So after about 15-ish, 20 minutes, all depends on how many gar you're cooking and the temperature at which you're cooking at. Like I said, I've got it low and slow because we're looking on the smoke. We're looking for the smoke factor here. And this is bon appetit delicious looking right now. Oh, I can smell it, and it smells like tacos. Like it's asking me to put them in tacos. So we're gonna do a quick taste test. Get the grill turned off. Things are powered down. We're going to. I'm gonna take a little nugget test here, and don't mind my cute little puppet hand here. And we're gonna see how. Oh, holy bananas. Oh.
Good.
Unbelievably good. No, it's good. You can taste some.
A little bite. I'd like to save most of it for the tacos. You need to go fishing somewhere.
No?
Let's go.
So, absolutely delicious. Whenever you smoke them this way, we're going to put them into some tacos. I shouldn't have to give you ingredients on tacos because literally anything you plan on doing taco-wise is the same. This is just meat that goes in the tacos. So you want to put lettuce, you want to put tomatoes, you want to put avocado. Do what you do on the taco side of things. We'll see y'all. She's going to grab another bite. See y'all later. All right, folks, that is that for the Gar clean and cook video. We made some great tacos. They tasted delicious. Here's a quick picture of them so that you can see what they look like. But as I was saying, you could really do any style of tacos that you like with them. It doesn't even have to be a fish taco-esque thing. Gar, I encourage you to try it, especially if you're not really into fish. And sometimes you may not want something that's, you know, tastes like fish. It doesn't really taste like fish at all. It's entirely different, closer to maybe pork or chicken or something along those lines, especially when you smoke it that way, as we did in the last recipe. If you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below if there's any particular fish or recipes you guys would like to see. Video subscribe so that you do not miss any of the videos. And until the next time, we will catch you all on the next fishing adventure.